Easy math with Miss Easley. Easy math with Miss Easley. Easy math with Miss Easley.
Hey second graders, welcome to Easy Math with Miss Easley. I'm so excited to teach you all of the different math objectives you're going to need to know this year. So we're going to get started with representing numbers, and I have a lot of easy ways for you to practice this objective and feel really confident about it. So we're going to start with some concrete models. And a concrete model is just something that you can hold in your hands and work with and figure out. So we're going to be using these base 10 blocks, which I'm sure you're familiar with. So this first base 10 block is called a unit or a 1, and it can just represent our ones place. So how many does this represent? All right, you got it, just 5, just the single digit number 5. Okay, our next block that we can use is our longs or tens. And that makes sense because if I stacked up 10 of our units, it would equal the number 10. So now let's practice with a number that has tens and ones. What does this number represent? All right, you got it, the number 35. All right, and our next block that we're going to add to our concrete model are the hundreds. And those can also be called a flat. And let's think about what that block is all about. You know how I could take 10 units and stack them up and it would equal a long or a 10? How many longs would I need to stack up to equal 100 flat? Okay, I bet some of us know or have a guess, but you can also think, if you're not quite sure, you can think about counting by tens. So let's see how many longs it would take. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. That took 10 longs to make 100. All right, and here's my next number using all 3 of those place values with our concrete model. What does that represent? All right, you got it, 435. So we just composed a number. We took a picture that was separated into the different place values, and it's called composing a number when you get it into a standard form number that is just one amount written down instead of breaking it up into the different parts or the different place values. And the next thing we can practice is I can give you a number, a standard form number, which is just the digits, and you can decompose it into its different parts. And we can use these concrete models to help us with that too. So let me give you a new number. Let's do 263. All right, so let's try to build that with the base 10 blocks. So in the number 263, how many ones do I need? How many units should I use? All right, you got it, that 3 in the ones place, so I need to get 3 units. Okay, now how many longs or tens do I need? All right, you got it, 6, because that's in the tens place. Think about 60. Makes sense that it's in the tens. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. All right, and then how many hundreds do I need? And if I ever get confused, I just say the number out loud again. Okay, 263. Okay, so I need 2 hundreds. Okay, now let's do one more thing. Let's think about, we've just broken it up into the base 10 blocks. What do each amount represent? Or what does each amount represent? So the 3 units, what does that represent? You got it. It's just 3, just the number 3. Now, what do the 6 longs represent, though? They can't just represent 6 because they're a bigger place value. They're a bigger block. So let's think about what that represents. Okay, so you might have been counting by tens. Since we have 6 of them, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. So that represents 60. And then what do the 2 in the hundreds place represent? All right, so we can count by 100s too. I like place value because it's numbers that are kind of easy to count by. We know how to count by ones. We've practiced counting by tens a lot. And now we're going to get practice with 100. So 100, 200 in this number. So 200. And one thing I want to show you next is that really what you were doing by thinking about the blocks is you were doing something called expanded form. So all I have to do is write a plus sign in between each of those amounts. And that's called expanded form. So it's showing that this number 263 is the sum of 200 plus 60 plus 3. And sum just means the answer to an addition problem. So if we added all those up, we would get 263. All right, great work on a large number.
I hope this video helps you in your math class or at home. See you next time.